have had messages from a lot of you about Rocked, the crystal skull lady, on Instagram. And I wasn't exactly sure what was going on there because a lot of you have messaged saying that you sent her messages and that she hadn't gotten back to you and that she was out of the town until last Friday, but still hasn't gotten back to you guys. I have information for you about that, and it is intense. So Dawn was traveling and she hurt herself and was laid up and couldn't get home. And so she is home and safe and recovering now, and she will be, you know, starting the crystals up again momentarily, but she just needed a second to kind of get back home and like get herself situated because of, it sounds like she had quite the adventure. Good news is also that she is safe and sound, and that when she got back, she said there is a ton of new crystal skulls waiting for her. So the 20% off code that I gave you, which is Sarah Rocks, you can use still. She didn't put an end date on that as of now. So look at that, like put that on your schedule, like maybe for the next week or so, to kind of tap in and see what she's doing on Instagram and see if she's still rolling, because she has a lot of new inventory coming in. So if you're in the market for a crystal skull, or you just kind of want to look around, that would be an awesome thing to do. Her prices are already so good, and 20% off is amazing. So super grateful for her offering that, and super grateful that she is doing okay. And while we're talking about crystal skulls, I am going to be holding a crystal skull circle, let's say. I forget what I called it, but basically a circle. It's going to be online on Zoom. Peony and I are hosting it. And this is going to be probably the only event that I do in December. So there are 10 spots. You don't need to have a crystal skull to join. As if you've ever been to any of my events, you know I kind of just create a container and we do what we do once we're there. But the idea of this event is to, if you are new to crystal skulls, you get an idea of like what they are, how you can use them, how you can implement them into your spiritual practice. We're going to do a meditation that connects you with the energies of either your crystal skull or whatever crystal skull energies wants to come in for you. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a skull with you or anything like that. So it'll be a fun night. I'm sure there's going to be some random surprises that happen, as you know, Peony will be there. That's going to be, I think it's like December 10th, let's say, December 10th. So you can find that on my events page or on my website. And yeah, I'm excited for that. Restoration people, you can get 25% off of your ticket price for that. So, and speaking of restoration, I'm just going to get all of this out in the front end here. Restoration is open for free enrollment right now. And here's why I'm doing this. I want as many people as possible on these full moon and eclipse calls that are happening. The first one is going to be Monday, this coming Monday. And then the next one's going to probably be the 15th. But we need all hands on deck for this incredible surge of energy coming up. So restoration is free if you would like to join for the month of December. And if you join now, you will be able to access and join us for the Monday call as well, because that's technically in November. So if you've been wondering what restoration is, if you're interested in trying it out, now's a really good time because it is free. So a lot of you have already popped in and joined, so I'm excited to get to know all the new members. But yeah, and we have a lot of new stuff coming through for December and especially January with restoration, what you got with your membership and all kinds of things. Lots of new stuff coming through as it is around here every couple months. So I'm excited to share all of those things with you. And when you're a member of Restoration, you get access to all of that first and 25% off of anything. So it's a good deal, if I do say so myself. All right, that's all of that. It's there. The link is there for you if you want it. Let's talk now about the things. I'm going to kind of move into the energy first, and then we'll talk about the giveaways because that's just kind of the mood I'm in this morning. So we are in, some of us are already in the full moon energy and the eclipse energy. Some of us are on the edge. I don't know where you're at. I'm very much feeling like I'm in it already. And what does that feel like to me? It feels like I am being, compelled to release. Okay. And at first I was like, why is this happening? Why are these things coming up? And then I was like, oh, it's full moon, of course. Forgot about that. So if you are also feeling that, and not everybody will be, so just know that this is kind of one of those things where if there are elements that you have not yet released from your 2019, your 2020, your 2018, your 2016, whatever it is, whatever you've not let go of, that is no longer able to hang out with your new earth self, it is asking permission to please go. And that's the nice way of putting it. It's a very, like, the way that it feels to me is like, it's like gravity. It's like, it's unavoidable. It's like you can't stop it. So the question is, are you going to make this as painful as possible, or are you going to facilitate the release? And so what that means is that we recognize that something is trying to go, something needs to go, and we then put our energy towards bolstering that and adding some extra magic to it to make this release loving and with the highest vibration of release possible. So this allows for serious alchemy to happen with all of the things you are releasing. And so when we are like dragged, kicking and screaming to do something, we may do it, but the energy with which we're doing it is not what you create magic out of, right? Because we're like, I don't want to do this. I've been forced. And maybe in the end, we're glad that we did it, but the energy going in wasn't so great. This is similar. So take a moment today, because you have a few days to really think about this. What is trying to go? And can you find it within yourself to find grace and assist it in leaving, instead of holding on to it and saying, no, I don't want to do that? Because unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, you don't really have that much of a choice with some of these things, because it is feeling like gravity. It's like you don't get to take all your crap with you, which makes total sense, because why would we want to build new earth energetics with a bunch of old earth stuff, right? And that means releasing things that we have been living within for a really long time. So, we have lots of empathy for ourselves there, because it's difficult. And we love for things not to change. But I'd also ask yourself this question, because we say we are creatures of habit. We don't like big changes. We like to have something consistent to rely upon, and all of those things. And I'm kind of in a place where I'd like to challenge that now for us, because is that true? Do you truly not like change? Do you not like things to ever shift and become something different? I don't think that is true. I think it's more that we've all been clinging to trying to find our own personal safety in a world that doesn't feel very safe, right? So of course we're going to build things around us that make us feel like we're going to be okay. Of course we're going to cling to structures and societal norms that say, if you do this, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it. Because we all want to be okay and we want to make it. But now, that's not what we want. We don't want to be okay, and we don't want to make it. We want to be awesome. We want to be glorious. We want to manifest the highest potential that we could possibly manifest here on this planet. And that's not middle of the line. That's not neutral territory. And it's a very autonomous and sovereign force. And so we are now learning to move inward and find that safety within ourselves, which means that we can trust any decisions we make. It means that we can be in any kind of situation, and it's all going to be fine for us. We're going to feel safe because we're already safe with ourselves. Does that make sense? So that's the new earth way of looking at those things. So as we move into this weekend, think about that, right? Think about that. I'm currently working on a slew of new reactivations for you guys. And one of them is exactly that. Well, all of them are kind of exactly that. Just taking our previous old world thought forms and then giving you what we can shift them into. That kind of frees you up. Language and thoughts free up your energy. our language and our thoughts tell our energy how to behave, right? And so when we change those, when we change the vibrations, we give our energy permission to shift and become something different. And that's the magic of it. That's when things become something else and they become tangible. So we're moving into this fast, guys. It's really fast. It's a lot of stuff. So I'm very excited for the call on Monday. I don't know even what Monday's going to feel like, but it's so much energy coming through right now that I'm just like, what's happening? So anyway, for this weekend, and I'm going to pull some cards for you. For this weekend, as we prepare for the full moon release and as we prepare to enter eclipse season with the lunar eclipse, ask yourself, what is trying to go? And are you ready to let it go? What is trying to go that is blocking you from moving into your next phase, to your next adventure? What is it? And, if it feels good to you, take a minute, journal about it, get to know it, understand all the facets of it. The more you understand what is holding you back, the easier it is for you to figure out a way to let it go because you understand it, right? So, and sometimes some of these things that need to go, they only just want to be acknowledged, right? They only just want you to say like, yeah, you've been here and now you can go. So food for thought for this weekend. I'm going to pull some cards for you because I feel like on this Friday, I could use a little extra guidance for this weekend energy. So I'm pulling from one of my favorites, the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, this one right here. And I will post this in the Restoration Facebook group. Am I lagging? I feel like my internet has not been very good. Oh, I also have something else I want to talk to you about. Gosh, you guys. Let me pull this card, but I'll talk while I'm pulling. So I wanted to talk to you about Thanksgiving and see what your thoughts were about that, because I had a really interesting one yesterday when, it was just me and the boys here at the house, but we did our, virtual Thanksgiving with, my mom and my sister and my dad and everybody. So, but it was different. And, after, what do I really want to say about this? It was really different. And I think some of us felt the loss with that difference. But I noticed for me, being here with the boys, there was a shift that happened that I've never felt before. Usually my kids don't eat any holiday food, and so it's kind of like, why bother? Because it's just us, and they never eat anything, they just complain. But at the last minute, I decided to run to the store and get some things to make, a few traditional holiday things just to have a small meal together. And I put the food on the table, and my oldest, Eli, he looked at it and he said, something's different this year. And I said, what's different this year? And he said, I'm looking at this food and it's different to me. I think it's going to be better than it has been, or something like that. And I was like, that's an interesting thing to say, but let's roll with it. And so it's all the same food, right? But he felt different about it. The energy was different about it. And he just ate and ate and ate. He tried things that he's never tried. He was interested in them. He, kind of ate all of our cranberry sauce. He discovered gravy. And I was just kind of watching this throughout the afternoon as he continued to eat. And I said, this is exactly what the shift is. It's like, what are the things that make these holidays so special for us, right? What are the things that make us so look forward, or dread sometimes, getting together with our families on these specific days, eating these same specific foods? And I realized it's that connection, and it's seeing that growth and feeling that love. And we can do that in so many different ways all the time and make so many different special moments like that. And I think just hearing him look at the same food he's always had put in front of him and say it's different to me now really just kind of clicked it in for me about all the things. It's like some of this stuff you may have had in front of you already, but it's different for you now. And so you can enjoy it in a different way. So I thought that was really interesting. And I feel very hopeful for us as far as being able to really pull what is important to us as humans, is that connection and those things that tie us together in family, and pulling those things out and allowing them to become part of our everyday, part of what we do as a group, right? It made me feel very hopeful for that. So I'm wondering about, your Thanksgivings and how that went. Looking at everybody's Facebook feeds, it looked kind of good. It looked like everybody, not everybody, but it looked like for the most part, a lot of you figured out a way to still have meaningful connection and still share a lot of the same traditions that you usually do. So I love that. I love that. All right, let's pull this card. Hold on, let me take a sip of this coffee first. All right, we have, and unfortunately my ring light's gonna make this difficult to see. It's number 46. It is the Serpent. I will post this so you can get a good look, but it sounds like a lot of you have this deck. So it's number 46, the Serpent, and I will pull this up for you. I know, Eli, my little Scorpio, he's been extra cute. All right, you guys, are you ready for this? It's been a while since I pulled a card, The Serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. Okay. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. I'm going to read that again because the words here are important. Welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you to a fresh experience of your life. It's not saying that it's a different life. It's saying you're experiencing it differently. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of Serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced even by your own ideas. So, this is basically what we've been talking about with this full moon and feeling that compulsion, that release feeling, right? And it is choosing, if you can, to find a way to gracefully and with love support the release of these things instead of clinging to them tenaciously because you're afraid of the change or what's on the other side. We're kind of at the point now where, it's time to go see. It's time to see what's on the other side. You're gonna be fine. I feel that. So of course this card is just stepping right in there. So I will post this in the Facebook group. I'm loving it for today, really feeling it. I am, I don't know, I'm just feeling excited. I feel for myself that once I let go of who I thought I should be and how I felt I should do things and instead started turning inward and asking myself what brings me great joy, what things light me up, in all ways. Then I began to be led in a very organic fashion to the things where I can make the biggest difference, where I can feel like I belong, where I can feel like I'm in my authenticity in every moment in all aspects of my life. And that is the quote unquote making it, right? That's the goal. And if you can live in that space and travel through your life in that space, you will never feel that need to make it, because you've already made it just by being. There's no race. There's nothing to achieve with that, because inside of you, you're good, you're complete, you're happy in every moment because you're completely yourself in every moment. And that frees you up to just enjoy the experiences, enjoy what life is like in every moment that comes to you, and allow it to be enjoyed in its full expression, and then allow it to move and do something else. So we're moving into that. That's New Earth energy. And I am so excited to share with you what I've been working on, because, well, this is not the live for that. I'll talk about it another day, but my business has changed so much because I started off doing one-on-ones, and that totally burnt me out. It's just not where I can express myself best in a way that makes me feel still full of energy and that gives you the fullest benefit. And so now with reactivation programs, I can offer you guys something new and something that is not me telling you what to do. It's not me telling you what the highest probability of your future is, because we're moving into a space now where that's not what we need. I don't need to tell you what next week is going to look like, or, if you make this decision, what's possibly going to happen. That's no longer how we navigate life. It's more, what are you feeling? How do you get back into your sovereign self? How do you feel in control of your own magic in such a way that you only have to ask yourself, right? There's no more gurus anymore. There's no more, this is the person who tells me what to do and I follow them. It's, what are you telling yourself to do? And how do you get to the place where you trust yourself implicitly and you open up to all of your magic? So that's where I'm at. So I'm excited to share all of these programs with you. They're like boom, 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 coming all over the place. That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry that I said that. Let's move on to the last part, which is day 9 of the giveaway. Day 9 of the giveaway is a shop in New Cumberland. So that being said, if you aren't local, I'm so sorry. I don't think she does anything online, but it is Tickle My Senses Gallery in New Cumberland, and it's owned by this amazing lady named Becky, and I got this mug from there. I don't know if you can see, but it's a really gorgeous mug. It has so many interesting designs on it. So Becky's store, Tickle My Senses, it's on Bridge Street in New Cumberland, right across from Interconnection, so super easy to get to. Her store has all like local or women small business owned artisans that she has on display, and she's changing things all over the place. There's lots of jewelry, there's mugs, there's soaps, there's lotions, there's pictures, there's crystals. It's like a menagerie of delights. And when you go in there and you mention my name, she is going to give you some surprise discount of some sort. I don't know what it is. She's going to surprise you with it, but mention that you saw the live and you mention my name, and she'll hook you up with some things. Her name is Becky, but it's a wonderful place to get some holiday gifts for yourself, for others, and also enjoy shopping a lot of other local artisans, because she has a vast array there. And I think even what did she have there the other day that I was like, ooh. So if you're into pearls, she had these necklaces that are made from pearls that are in their natural shape. So they're not like, not round like that. And it was the most beautiful necklace I've ever seen. So if you're into that kind of thing. But anyway, her name is Becky. It's an amazing place. And it's one of those places where you'll go in and you can end up chatting with her for quite some time. So anyway, I will post that and you can enjoy shopping with Becky. We have a few more vendors coming up and I probably am going to post one tomorrow because I want to make sure that you guys can have enough time to take advantage of all the coupons and such. But thank you for all your support for the favorite days. The vendors have been really appreciative and like so excited to have new customers. So thank you so much for being so supportive about that. I think that's it for me today. I'll post that. I'll post the card, and I'm just sending you guys lots of love today. And I'm excited for our moon call on Monday. It's at 6 p.m. And again, if you are not already part of Restoration, you can click there, use that code, and join for free. And I'm very excited to have you all guys with us. So have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.